probably New Zealand's two best-known documentarians. Did you know that, Taika?
Well, I knew that. The way these people are laughing, I'm not sure they knew. But we are the best-known documentarians.
Name two others.
Yeah, just name two others.
Go on, name. Go on.
No? Can't do it, can you?
No. Thank you.
In 2012, we received a very interesting letter from the New Zealand Documentary Board.
I actually have it on me. Here it is.
It's weathered, it's worn out. We've carried it everywhere.
It's true.
Okay,
that's a great idea.
down.
That's a great idea. Just want to point
We're gonna
out
read
that
it.
it's very roughly done. It's just written
Tell
on.
us what to do.
You don't tell us what to do.
We might not read it now.
We'll tell you what.
We might not read it, and then all you guys will hate that guy. Trying to tell us what to do. Trying to set up rules.
Unless you check out the letter later and you find out it's a boring letter and you think, oh, it's probably best that guy spoiled it. Okay, here, well, let him read it. Because we
decided to read it.
Why would we bring it? Why would we bring it out if we weren't going to read it?
A-holes would just go,
Well,
we've got it,
read it.
not going to read it.
Or even worse, like, got it, can you read it? Can you see it? Can you read it? Okay.
Where have you been? We've got to start again now. So in 2012 we got this letter. This one here.
And we're going to read it.
We're going to read it. It's fine. We're going to read it. Calm down.
Oh, don't make us read it. We'll read it in our own time.
Just read it now.
Okay. Firstly, I'll describe it. It's just roughly.
This looks like a normal letter.
It's
just a rectangle.
It's ripped out of some notebook.
Literally looks like it was written 10 minutes ago. But
It's obviously done in a hurry. And even the New Zealand Documentary Board logo is roughly.
Oh, for God's sakes. Sit down. We're never going to get started with you guys coming in and going, where have you been? Don't even have popcorn, you've got no excuse. What's wrong with this seat? Taken. What, you've got your purse there and that's it? Your special seat for your purse? Some poor person and he's trying to get into the screening, you're hogging that seat with your handbag.
Yeah, that is a person. There's a purse on there. Okay, sorry. Okay. Here's the purse.
Don't let anyone else in.
The purse on there. That means reserved. Okay. It's really roughly drawn. The New Zealand Documentary Board logo is just done very, very hurriedly in biro, and it reads like this. Dear Mrs. Clement and Waititi, we hope this correspondence finds you in good health. I fear the same is not true of us. I apologise firstly for the abrupt nature of this letter. It is written under extreme duress, and brevity is of the essence. If you by chance have received it, awesome. We also apologise for the roughly drawn New Zealand Documentary Board logo on the header of the letter. We didn't have our usual stationery and it's hard to get the lettering just right. And as we said, we don't have much time. We at the New Zealand Documentary Board are fans of your work. You, Jemaine, for your heart-wrenching portrayal of a vengeful alien supervillain in the Men in Black movie, Men in Black 3. Awesome fighting, bro. And you, Taika...
Very realistic. Very realistic alien portrayal.
Thank you.
Very believable.
Thank you. And you, Taika, for being Green Lantern's ethnic mate. And Green Lantern, and in brackets, what was Ryan Gosling like? Lol. In light of your twofold achievements, we think you two would be the ideal people to direct a documentary film focusing on the lives.
But it's interesting because we knew it was serious because he had actually drawn two hands that looked like that. And had the word lives in between.
On the lives of the inhabitants of a rather unusual household. Things you must know about the subjects. Would you read the rules?
Just bumming me out, man. Honestly, it's going so well at the beginning.
We're trying to add a lot of gravity to this letter. Read it, Taika. Read the rules.
The rules. Never ask to meet these subjects during the hours of daylight. It would be most offensive and could cause them to be really kind of just bummed out.
And that's what it says word for word.
Word for word. It could jeopardize the entire project. Always wear crucifixes in their present. And if you don't have crucifixes, just clothes with crucifixes on them, like anything from Ed Hardy. It is mandatory that none of your crew are virginal. That means like virgins, like people who haven't done it.
So if there are members of the crew, that's why we had to ask if you'd done it.
Repeatedly, just kept asking every day. Hey Sally, have you done it? That's the reason. For your reference material, we have included the following items: Bram Stoker's novel Dracula, which we read cover to cover. Not the inside bits, just the two covers.
We read the front cover, then we flipped it over and read the back cover.
Copies of the DVD Blade 1 and a copy of the DVD Blade 3. Sorry, Blade 2 was out.
And then at the end of the page it says, oh, and the most important thing you should know about the subjects is that they are Uh-oh. Oh no, one is behind me. Ah!
And it's just, it goes, and then the ink goes down like that, off the edge of the page.
And this letter intrigued us. We kept reading that bit. They are over and over again.
What could they mean? What could they possibly mean?
So we're intrigued enough to go to the house. We called the documentary board, and Chelsea Winstanley from the New Zealand Documentary Board is here. Kia ora, Chelsea. Mahalo. And we found out that these people were vampires.
Vampires.
Yeah.
That's exactly the response we had. And
we didn't even believe in vampires really before we met some actual vampires. And following them around with our cameras, sometimes we were horrified. They did kill people, they did drain them off with blood, but after a while we kind of fell in love with these guys. Didn't we?
yeah, we did. We totally did. You know, they're just like you and I. But while we were filming, there was one question that we kept asking ourselves. In this relationship between filmmaker and subject, who is the actual vampire? Is it the actual vampires that we are filming? I mean, obviously, yes, because they're vampires. So yeah, but also, are we the vampires? With our cameras. Our cameras kind of like fangs, sinking them into their lives and drawing out their life essence, drawing out their story from them. Or is it you? The audience. Voracious appetite for story, for your appetite for film, for your appetite for #HIF experiences. Coming into the cinema and sucking the story out from the screen. I'm not even going to talk to you. This is just...
You missed. Okay, we'll start again.
Okay, so in 2012, we got this letter. They said, can you make a documentary on vampires? And we said, yeah.
Yeah, you can read it.
You can take it.
You pass that back. Oh, no, that's okay. You pass that back to her, she can read that. We want that back though.
If I see that on eBay, I'm going to be livid.
The spelling mistakes aren't ours, they're the New Zealand Documentary Board. Okay, now what you're about to see is unflinching. We're unflinching filmmakers.
Go like that to us. Go.
No flinching.
Nothing.
We take the same approach with our films. Well, our film that we've only made one
That
film.
one film. Yeah. And it's raw. It's visceral. I don't even know what visceral means, but I hear filmmakers say it all the time, and so I'll say it. It's visceral. It's just one. It's like it's like Inception.
It's real. It's a documentary. There are things that are going to shock you, but if you manage to make it to the end, we'll be here for a Q&A and to debrief you, because it's quite a shocking experience. Okay, so we'll see you later after this. Okay.